Good evening, my dear students. You all are welcome to my class. Hope you are fine. I am also quite sound by the grace of the Almighty Allah, who is most merciful. Let us get started with our today's class. Today is our presentation on the solution of the English first paper question of Dhaka Board 2020. And in this question, we'll just try to discover how a board question is and what type of questions appear in our board question, and if we are equipped, if we are expert in solving this type of question, it will be easy for us to do better in our board exam. So let us go through the solutions of Dhaka Board 2020. You have to keep in mind that the board questions are not so much difficult, but it is somewhat tricky because a board question is designed for the students of all levels, for the good school students as well as the students of the lower level as well as the mid level schools. So here, if you are somewhat aware, if you are careful, then it is very easy to get a good marks in the exam. The very first passage is a very common passage for you because this passage is quite known to you. You have already gone through the passage very well. That is about the May 1st or the May Day or the International Workers' Day. The passage is dealing with that. So we are not going to read the passage. Rather, we'll just solve out the question. The first one, MCQ, historical means. It is not historical, it is historical. So historical means traditional, primitive, inception, history. So here, historical, this is an adjective word, as well as historic, this is also an adjective word. That's why historical means historic, not traditional. Not traditional means conventional. That means what has been running for many days. Then primitive, that means very beginning level or the very earlier period that got started from the very earlier period. Inception, that is also meaning something very elementary or initiative, very root level. But here historical means history. Then, May Day events occurred in dash century. Okay, there is a trick in finding out century, and that means the year is mentioned. The century will be the earlier of that. The century will be the next of that. The century will be the next of that. That means if the 100 is 18, century will be 19. If the year gets started with 1700, then the century will be 18. That means century is always greater than the digit, always greater than the first two digits. A century is always one greater than the first two digits. That means the May Day occurred in 1886. 1886. So the first two digit is 18. That's why our answer will be 19th century. 19th century. So now it is 2020. First two digits is 20. That's why there will be 21st century. We are living in the 21st century. The policeman attacked the strikers on dash. The policeman attacked, that means the exact date of the May Day or the May month is sought here. So let us find out that. Uh, that means on first day that means there was what on first day there was a strike. 2 days later, so I have already told you there is a trick. That means the first day was uh, May 1st, there was a strike, but 2 days later a workers rally was held. So first day, if you add 2 days with that will be 3rd May. That will be 3rd May. So our answer is May 3rd. Our answer is May 3rd. Then next, clubs and revolvers were used upon clubs, that means stakes. Clubs, that means stakes used by the policeman. So clubs and revolvers were used upon, that means on whom uh, police the police on whom the police what upon the police on which the police attacked with clubs and revolvers, on whom the police attacked with clubs and revolvers? The answer will be what? Strikers. Strikers, that means who was striking for something, who are not doing something and making a demand for something. The workers' demand was to dash work time. So see that sustain, that means to resist, sustain, that means to stay with, to continue. Assign, that means to get engaged or to engage. Reduce, that means to lessen, to decrease. So here answer will be was to decrease, was to reduce work time. That means their target was to reduce the work time, because the work had been going for 14 or 16 hours, but they were making the demand of making it 8 hours. So they were making the demand to reduce work time. To stop exploitation, workers should not. So if the workers want to get their right back, they had to enforce the authority. That means they should not speak meekly, they should not speak so politely, rather they should raise their voice. So the answer will be what? Speak meekly. Meekly here, meekly means very weakly, very loyally, but sometimes loyalty doesn't work. You have to be violent to get something. And not to give in to their bosses. What does give in? That means to agree to not to give in, but here you are asked to mean give in means what? Give in means to agree to go with the order of the bosses, to go with something, to agree to continue with something. That means give in, that means uh, what? To get it done. That means not continuing doing something, rather uh, going with the authority. So the workers should not give in. That's why agree to stop struggling. That means the workers should not agree to stop struggling, rather they should continue struggling. So our answer will be number 4, agree to stop struggling. Question number 2, here you have to write not in your own word, rather if the answers are available in the passage, you will copy from the passage. That's not a big deal. But if the answers are not available apparently, then you have to think deeply and you have to find out the answer. What does May Day commemorate? Commemorate, that means to, what is the meaning of commemorate? That means to remember, to make something remind. Uh, sorry. So what does May Day commemorate? So our answer should be from the passage, that is to commemorate. So we can say that May Day commemorates the historical struggle and sacrifices of the working people to establish an 8-hour workday. So answer is available in the passage. Which demand did the workers struggle for? Which demand did the workers struggle for? So that means what was their demand? So the workers' demand was 8 hours work day. The answer is available in the MCQ. The workers' demand was to establish 8 hours work day. What activities did the workers do against the authorities? So, what did the workers do against the authorities? The workers went on a strike. They made a rally. They made a rally. So that was the problem. That was the things the workers did against the authority. That means the workers went on a strike, and they also gathered together to make a rally near the company. What is the name of the company? Yes, that is McCormick Harvesting Machine Company. Okay. Then next question. What happened when the policemen attacked the strikers? That means the outcome of the attack. So what happened? What happened? That means when that we have to make the question, answer from the question. When the policemen attacked the strikers, one striker was killed instantly, 5 or 6 others were seriously wounded, and many others were injured. So the answer is very much available in the passage. The last question: why is the event of May 1st, 1886 a reminder for the workers? Why is it a reminder? Why is it a reminder that workers So it is a reminder that workers will continue to be exploited until they stand up and speak out to gain better working conditions, better pay, better life. So this answer is also available in the passage, the very last passage, para. Question number 3. You are to read out, you are to read the passage very well. Then you have to find out the answer. I have already discussed how to find out how to solve this. So this passage is also very common to us. It is dash from the passage that global warming is dash great threat for fish population dash global warming, food production and oxygen dash in water decreases. As a result, some fish may be extinct dash. So it is so what we get from the passage, it is clear from the passage that it is obvious from the passage that uh, uh, so it is clear from the passage that global warming is dash threat. So threat is a countable noun, so is a great threat for fish population. So in number A there will be uh, sure or obvious or clear, and number B there will be a threat for fish population dash global warming. So here answer may be due to, but we have to know that there one word should be chosen, one word should be chosen. That's why due to can be replaced by for. So our answer will be here for. So for global warming, food production and oxygen dash in water, oxygen supply in water, oxygen level in water, so oxygen layer in water, so oxygen level or uh, supply or layer in water decreases. As a result, some fish may be extinct. Adverb, when adverb is needed, so forever or permanently or what, or eternally, that means an adverb is needed. That means extinct, how, for long, that means permanently extinct. Question number 4. You have also already got a class on summary writing and information transfer. Okay, let us first solve the uh, Neil Alden Armstrong commanded the Gemini 8 mission and became the first human to walk on the moon as commander of Apollo 11. He was born in Opaconita, Ohio on August 5, 1930. He received a Bachelor of Science degree from Purdue University and a Master of Science degree from the University of Southern California. Astronauts Neil Alden Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and Michael Collins launched the mission to the moon with Apollo 11 on July 16 and landed on the moon on July 20, 1969. Neil Alden Armstrong first stepped on to the surface and then Aldrin. They explored the surface and gathered moon rocks for over 2 hours. After exploring the surface, they rejoined Collins in the orbiting mothership. Neil Alden Armstrong died on August 25, 2012. So at first, let us find out the information. Bonds. So all the information will be surrounding Neil Armstrong, not others. So born, year or time. So year or time. This is very obvious. August 5, 1930. Then received BSc place Purdue University, possibly Bachelor of Science from Purdue, yes, Purdue University. Then left for the moon, that means he started for the moon, no, started for the moon, left for the moon, that is 1969. It is 19, what, it is 1969. Then uh, you are asked to give 20 July 1969. What is their achievement? What is their achievement? Their achievement was landed on the moon. That means on that day they landed on the moon. He landed on the moon and died. That is very also obvious. August 25, 2012. Now write summary of the above passage in your own words. So I have already discussed in a class how to write summary of a personal profile. Here the personal profile of Neil Alden Armstrong has been given. So what you will write? You will write the identity of Neil Armstrong. Then you will write his his birthplace, and according to birthplace there will be identity in one sentence, and second sentence there will be his education, and third sentence there will be his exploration or expedition. That means what did he actually do, for what he is so remarkable, we'll write that. And finally we'll write about his companions, and also write about his departure or the passed away date. So first sentence is according to birthplace there will be his introduction, uh, identity. Second sentence there will be his education. Third sentence there will be his what achievement. Fourth sentence there will be his companions, and finally there will be about his date. Number 6, question number 6. This is very common question. So if you make the common, it will be very easy. But the answer may vary here. Uh, Democracy means it allows freedom. It means people elect free and fair and equal. A system of speech, religion. They are representative directly. Election is the precondition for democracy in a democratic country of government and political opinions treatment for citizens. So here noun is democracy means and the pronoun is it means. So what you take with democracy means can be replaced by it means. So what we are taking in democracy means that means the question number that means the sentence A can be replaced by sentence C. So democracy means what? Democracy means a system of government. Democracy means a system of government. It allows freedom. What freedom? Freedom of speech, religion, and political opinions. Then it means democracy means it means what? It means fair and equal treatment for citizens. People elect what? People elect whom? People elect their representative directly in a democratic country. Then free and fair election is the precondition for democracy. So it is very easy. Question number 7. It is also another easy topic because it is also common. But many a time it happens that there may be uncommon story. But last year it was very common story. The last SSC exam there was common story. As common story is that this story is very known to us. From class 2 we are learning this story. That means once there was a young man Androcles. That means the story surrounded Androcles and a lion. So I believe that you can easily rewrite the whole story because you know this story in Bangla. So as you know this story in Bangla, it will be very easy for you. That means I am just telling that is once upon a time there lived a young man named Androcles. Then what happened? He was caught. He was caught by slave merchant who sold him to a rich man in another country. Then we'll tell about his master because we have got his master. His master was very bad and inflicted. That means gave provided heavy torture on him or made heavy torture on him. So we have already got the torture. Then as he got torture, he fled. He fled. So one day he fled from his master's house and took shelter in a cave. We have already got cave. So what will happen in cave? In the evening, a lion entered the cave. Then what will happen? The lion already entered. What will happen? The lion seemed wounded as he was groaning. The lion seemed wounded as he was groaning. That means he was getting pain. Then what will happen? Then that means Androcles, he came near. Sorry, the lion. He came near. He came near Androcles and lifted his paw. That means the lion came near Androcles and what? And lifted his paw. Then what happened? He took the lion's paw. He means here Androcles. He took the lion's paw in his hand and removed a big thorn from it. The lion was relieved of his pain. The lion was removed of his pain. So this is a quite common story. So there is nothing to get worried. And now your practice for homework. That is the writing part. Not all, rather three writing parts are attached here. There's a paragraph, tree plantation, and completing story. That is also very common completing story about Robert Bruce was the king of Scotland. That means this story, you know this story very well. That means failure is the pillar of success. This is the motto of this story. And finally there is a graph and chart. And this bar graph is about what? This bar graph is about uh, professions by different educated, so choice of professions by different educated people. So at least I am asking you the students to do one writing homework. That means you no need to write 8 and 9. At least you will write number 10. You will write number 10 and then send this into to my personal Viber ID so that I can check it out. So, my dear students, now it's time to say goodbye. If you have any problem, the comment section is one. You can make comments and I can get aware of it and do the solution in your next class. So keep fine, keep studying. Hope to meet you soon with a new lesson. Until then, Khuda Hafiz.